In the beginning of the drama, we see the wonderful entry of our female CEO, whose name is Ming. Here Ming is getting angry at her manager, and she says, "I have forbidden 1,000 times that old things should not be kept in the department. Only brand new things should be kept here." When she comes out from here, throwing the old stuff, she sees our main lead of the drama, Guan. Here she sees Guan for the first time. The manager tells her he is the new intern here and we have kept him for the time being. The manager also says, "I have also heard that he is very expert in his work." After this, Ming leaves from here, and behind her back the manager says, "Madam's face is glowing," and he hopes inside that his madam just falls in love with him. Well, in the next scene, we see Ming in a party, and she is very drunk. Because of this, she accidentally comes to the male washroom, and coincidentally, she finds Guan here. Seeing him, Ming says, "Why are you following me?" Guan says, "Look carefully, this is the gents' washroom." After this, Ming says sorry to him in a very cute way, and then says, "Maybe you like me." Guan is standing there looking at her in surprise. Just then, suddenly she vomits on his clothes and starts running away, pulling his belt. When he runs after her to get the belt, Ming says, "Stop chasing me." Finally, when he catches her, Ming says a lot of nonsense to him due to being drunk and says, "You are an attention seeker. You like to get people's attention, and that's why you do your work in the best way possible, so that people praise you and people keep looking at you." After this, Guan says, "President, don't teach me. I know you very well. You think that all the men of the world are dying for you." Ming says, "Yes, this is true." But Guan says, "You are in a misunderstanding." Ming says, "What do you mean?" "You mean that I am not a good girl?" Guan says, "You are a good girl, but you are not worthy of me." Then Ming says laughingly, "Don't worry, you are not like me either." And she tells him, "Even if all the men of the world die, I will not marry you. Even if you are the last boy in the world, then I will not marry you." Guan says, "I got a lot of relief after hearing this." The next day, we see Ming coming to her company, and here some of her employees are standing outside her building, and they are saying bad things about Ming. They even call her a gold digger, and they say that all the things in her mall are very expensive. Her mall should be closed, and Ming also fights with these people here and gives them a befitting reply. When they are asking for money from Ming, Ming refuses them and says, "I will not give you even a single piece of money." Ming says, "An employee is not like you people, and your punishment is that I will not give you even a single piece of money." After that, all these employees are getting angry over this. It seems that these people will kill Ming. Then Guan comes here, and he takes her away running by holding her hand. Ming is very happy inside and says to herself, "He looks like the prince of her dreams." Because of Guyan's such act, she gets lost in the story of her fairy tale. She laughs and says, "Because of your arrival, I have lost my senses. Now it does not matter where we go, I like you very much." When both of them come out after escaping from the goons, Ming gets very upset after seeing Guyan's injury, but Guyan says, "Please stay away from me, madam." Ming says, "You are calling me madam again. Do you think that I am elder to you? Here you are elder to me." Guyan says, "What is the need to do all this drama? What was the need to argue with people there? Why do you keep talking back to everyone?" He also tells her, "Today, whatever you have done, if I had not been there, you would have died." Ming says, "It means you care about me. Why don't you accept that you like me?" Guyan says, "Whatever you want to think, you think." Saying all this, he leaves from there. Ming's trainer is standing there and listening to all their conversation. Ming is thinking inside, "You are very brave. Next time, whenever I meet you, I will treat you with great love, because now I have no other option." After seeing them both together, Ming's trainer is heartbroken, and he is about to throw the gift he had brought in the dustbin, but he doesn't do it, and he leaves from there in anger. In the next scene, we see Guyan, and we come to know that he is also a teacher. When he opens his book, he finds a letter. It is written in the letter that the president has called you to this address. He laughs and throws that letter in the dustbin. It means that he does not want to go to that address. On the other hand, our poor Ming is sitting with the table decorated, and she is waiting for him. Then someone enters the room, and she thinks that maybe Guyan has come there. Without looking, she says, "Come inside quietly and peacefully. We should respect each other." She tells him everything in her heart, and when she looks back very lovingly, she realizes that it is not Guyan but her manager. She becomes embarrassed after seeing him. The manager tells her Guyan is still giving classes and he will not be able to come today. And here our CEO gets very angry, and while hitting the table, she says, "This cannot happen." After that, Ming reaches his institute to talk to him. But after seeing Gu Yan with a girl, she becomes very jealous. Actually, that girl is his student. Seeing both of them together, Ming says, I was waiting for you there, but you are flirting with this girl here. Don't you get tired of doing this? Gu Yan angrily goes to her and says, what do you want to say? Then the student says, who is this, sir? And Ming comes close to her and says, what do you think that I can't understand what is going on in your mind? Then Ming puts her hand on the wall and asks, why did you not come on our date? Are you trying to avoid me or are you pretending to ignore me? How can you do this? How can you ignore me? Gu Yan gets confused and says, you are living in a delusion, and he is going from there. Then Ming holds his hand and says, you are right, I thought you were very brave. Do you think you can avoid me forever? Gu Yan says, you are crazy. Saying this, he frees his hand from hers and is about to leave, but Ming stops him and says, will you be my driver? But Gu Yan refuses her and says, I am very busy. Ming says, okay, you tell me your worth. You don't need to do any such part-time job. Gu Yan's student says, but why are you doing this? And then both of them say together, you should keep quiet for a while. After which the poor girl becomes quiet. Then Ming says, when you become my driver, then you don't need to work here. But Gu Yan says, I don't want to become your driver. Ming says, why do you go against me all the time? And then she starts to emotionally torture him and says very emotionally, you think that you are ignoring our date. Poor Gu Yan, seeing her sad, starts consoling her and says, I suddenly got a call for teaching, so I could not come there. After which he apologizes to her and says, I am ashamed from the heart. Then she hands over the keys of her car to him and says, do not do this again. Gu Yan says, you are probably understanding me. I do not need this job. She says, what is the fun in becoming an English teacher? You can become my driver, and if you're facing a lot of problems, then you tell me your price. After hearing all this, he gets very angry, and he returns the keys of the car to her. After this, he says, I have already told you that I will not do any work for you. Saying all this, he leaves from there. Well, in the next scene, we see Ming, who is with her family. Here, her fiancé and his parents are also present. His name is Jihan, and he's been wanting to marry her for many years, but Ming does not show any interest in him. She is only completing the formalities here because of her mom and dad. Everyone is praising Jihan here, but on one side, Ming is lost in the thoughts of Gu Yan, and she is thinking, how can he do this to me? She starts overthinking so much that she gets angry, and she hits the table loudly. Then she realizes what she has done. She is not sitting alone. Her family is sitting with her. That is why she makes an excuse of feeling hot and says, what is the problem? Why is it so hot today? They have even turned off the AC. She asks her dad, Dad, are you also feeling hot? Look, sweat is dripping from your forehead. And her dad also starts speaking in her language. Then suddenly Ming makes an excuse saying, I have to go. There is some urgent work in the company. Jihan says, let me drop you. But Ming says, I have my own car and I can go by myself. And here from Jihan's behavior, it seemed that he wants to marry her only because of her money. After that, when she comes to her company, she pretends to ignore Gu Yan after seeing him. Gu Yan also ignores her. And then Gu Yan thinks inside, how can a girl who is crazy about me suddenly ignore me? On the one hand, Ming thinks, I have left everything and come here for him, and look how he is ignoring me. And then suddenly Gu Yan calls her from behind, and Ming turns back arrogantly. Gu Yan asks her, who is that greasy man? Making an excuse. Ming says, what do I have to do with him? After this, Gu Yan apologizes to her for last night. Ming says, why are you sorry? Gu Yan says, yesterday, I behaved very rudely towards you, and I did not even try to understand you. I misunderstood your intentions. Ming says, I have forgotten about last night long ago. Gu Yan says, it is okay then, forget it. And saying this, he starts leaving from here. Ming stops him and says, prepare yourself for the assessment. Gu Yan says, you yourself said that I do not need to take the assessment. Ming says, sadness on your face does not look good. That's why I am taking some pity on you. After the assessment is over, both of them meet outside the mall, and Ming says, what do you think about becoming my boyfriend? I will promote you and make you a manager. But he says, who gave you the right to do this? And she says, all this will only be for a month. Do not think more than this. I am also not interested in becoming your girlfriend. Ming says, there are some problems in my life which I cannot share with you, and that's why I need a boyfriend. Saying all this, she goes to sit in the car. Then Guyan refuses to become her boyfriend. Even after his refusal, Ming gives him 2 days to think and says, if you become my boyfriend, then I will give you a huge bonus and will also give you 15 days of holidays in a year. Guyan says, do you think I am a gold digger? And she says, I am sure that you will not reject my proposal. Saying all this, she leaves from here, and when she looks at Guyan happily from the mirror of the car, she sees a girl coming running, and she hugs Guyan. Seeing this, Ming's happiness turns into sorrow, and she starts driving the car in full speed in anger. She thinks that she is his girlfriend, but it is not like that. She is Guyan's sister. After that, Guyan and his sister are both together at their home and eating together. While having dinner, his sister Xiao Yi praises the food prepared by him and says, the girlfriend who comes into your life will be very lucky. Guyan says, I don't have so much free time to keep making girlfriends. And she says, you are right. Because of Dad's death, you have become very busy. And because of this, you are very upset. Then Guyan gets lost in his thoughts and says, recently, a very strange girl has come in front of me. His sister asks in surprise, who is that girl? She says, don't worry, I will never let her come between us. Guyan says it is impossible. Then he asks her about the exchange program. Xiao Yi tells him, it got cancelled. Guyan says, why? I think your application got approved. And she says the government had already taken it, so now I cannot go there. Guyan says, how much hard work did you put in to win it? I cannot allow you to give up like this. After this, his sister gets very angry and says, eat food quietly and do not raise this topic again. His brother agrees to her and starts having dinner. In the next scene, we see Ming, who is very sad, and she is in the gym. The trainer tells her, you should not do such heavy workouts. You should take care of your beauty. Ming says, there is no need for all these things. If my boyfriend sees all this, he will be awkward for me. The trainer gets surprised on hearing the word boyfriend. Ming says, I think you can call him my boyfriend. He will become my boyfriend very soon. The trainer says, don't you think that all this is happening so soon? And then the trainer says, if I analyze him from your side, then he seems to me immature and unreliable and unsafe and a person with many problems. And is he loyal to you? I don't know, and neither do you know whether he is loyal to you or not. After listening to his words, Ming gets into deep thoughts. Now Ming gets up and starts leaving from there. The trainer asks, where are you going? Ming says, I am going to question him. The trainer says questioning is a very bad thing. Ming says, at last you have an option. Then the trainer gets into deep thoughts and starts imagining himself with Ming and says, first of all, we have to organize an activity in which everyone comes with their family. If he comes with his family, then we will know whether he has a girlfriend or not, and it will also be known whether he is loyal to you or not. After listening to her words, Ming imagines herself with Guyan. Well, the next day we see that Ming organizes an activity so that she can know all the things about Guyan. Now, everyone comes there, including Guyan. Ming sees a girl with him, but she is not the same girl who hugged him that night, but she works with him in the mall. Seeing her with Guyan, Ming runs to him and says, the weather is very nice today. Guyan says, what happened to you? And here both of them start arguing over small things. After this, Ming asks him about his family, and she asks him about that girl who hugged him that night. But Guyan says, I have classes today, that's why I did not bring her. Ming says, after all, do you have a family? Guyan says, yes, but what does it matter to you? Saying this, he starts leaving, and Ming starts pretending to be hurt. Ming thinks that Guyan will be drawn towards her after seeing her, but Guyan is standing there and looking at her. And the trainer comes to help her. Guyan laughs after seeing them and leaves from there. Ming angrily removes the trainer's hand from her feet and says, who told you to come? And then she goes after Guyan. Now the trainer is behind Ming and Ming is behind Guyan. Now everyone takes out their slips and matches their numbers. Ming is happy to see her slip because she and Guyan got the same number, but the girl who came with Guyan is not happy. Now the game starts. The first team's turn comes, and they play their game very well. The second team is of the trainer and the same jealous girl. Both of them also play well, but when Ming and Guyan's turn comes, both of them are not able to recognize each other's gestures properly. The manager asks Ming to act like a sun shower. Here Ming starts acting, and Guyan understands it too. Then Ming is asked to act as a cute girl, and she acts in a very cute way, but Guyan does not understand and says, you are a child person. Ming tells him to understand carefully. After this, she starts acting again. But this time also Guyen does not understand, and now Ming starts getting angry, but she does not make noise and thinks, I should not get angry, as this can spoil my image. Then she starts pretending to be happy. This time it is Guyen's turn, and Guyen tries to explain to her, but Ming does not understand his gestures. On the other hand, everyone is laughing at them. Guyen tries again, but Ming does not understand. After this, she looks back to see what is written. Now the next question is pretty boy, and Guyen starts acting like a pretty boy, but this time too Ming does not understand anything. This time Guyen has to become a dog, but it is of no use. Now Guyen gets upset and lies down on the ground. Ming is enjoying all these things a lot. After that, before the second game starts, the manager again asks to draw the slips. This time too Ming and Guyen get the same number, but Guyen exchanges a slip with Ming's trainer and tells him, I know that you like her, that's why I am helping you, and this is a good opportunity. The trainer happily says, you are very good. Ming hears their conversation and makes a weird face. The trainer comes to Ming and says, what is the coincidence that I have also got number 3? Ming angrily tells him, stay away from me. After this, the game starts. People are bursting balloons with their feet. Everyone is enjoying, but Ming gets very scared by the sound of the balloon. The time of the game ends, and at last the winner is Guyen. Ming gets upset due to not winning the game, and the trainer goes to her, and like every time this time, also Ming leaves from there. Well, now it is the turn to give the gift to the winner, and now Guyen is called to receive the gift and also to click a picture with the president. In the next scene, Ming suddenly goes somewhere, and Guyen starts searching for her. Finally, when he finds her, he sees her drinking at the station. Seeing Ming there, Guyen runs to her. Seeing her in a drunken state, he snatches the bottle from her hand and says, if you cannot control yourself, then why do you drink? Ming says to Guyen, go away and ignore me. Guyen says, you don't look like a cutie pie at all right now. Ming says, how come I am not a cutie pie in your eyes? Why do you think that I pretend? Guyen stands up and says, I didn't mean that. Ming says, this is what you meant. It is true that I am not a cutie pie, but I want to look cute like other girls. While crying, she says, why is it so difficult for me? Guyen says, why do you want to be like others? You look good the way you are. After this, Ming holds her leg and starts crying and says, I am very embarrassed. How can I be so embarrassed? Today, my employees saw my other side. Saying this, she starts crying loudly. Seeing her crying, Guyen starts consoling her. He puts his hand on her head and sits with her smiling and says, you are not ugly at all. Ming says, I have finished everything. How can I become their boss in the future? How can I become their CEO? Guyen says, no matter what, you will always be our boss and CEO. Ming says, after all, you people always treat me like a CEO, and I want to be cute so that you people can consider me as your friend. But I did not expect myself to act cute. Saying all this, she starts crying again. After this, Guyen starts laughing and says, you are looking very cute while crying. Ming says, if this is, so then why do you always stay against me? Guyen says, I don't know why you remain upset all day. Ming says, you only know how to bully me and I know that you hate me. Guyen asks her to go back to the tent side, but Ming says, don't touch me, I am stuck with this bench. It will not let me go. Guyen says, why do you care about what people will think about you? Ming cries and tells him that she wants to go back to her childhood days. There was a palace of mine in my room. There were lots of toys, but one day someone told me that I need to become strong. I need to become brave, and I should not cry in front of others. Guyen tells her to go back, but Ming says, it is okay, but I am not able to move from here. After that, Guyen picks up Ming and takes her from there. Well, now in the next scene, we see Jihan, who comes to the mall with a bouquet of flowers, and here Ming's picture is hung everywhere. Then Jihan suddenly proposes to Ming, and here the trainer and Guyen are standing. While trying to see them, both Guyen and the trainer collide with each other. Jihan gives a flower to Ming and says, my girl, this is for you. Then she looks at Guyen and takes the flower to make him feel jealous. After this, the trainer says, maybe this is a trap. Now Jihan had also brought a box with him, and here he tells her, this is an 18-carat diamond necklace. I have ordered it for you, can I wear it? He was trying to become a hero, but when he opens the box, it is empty and he gets insulted. Everyone starts laughing at him. He asks his man, "What is this?" And he says, "Mr. Han, the deposit you gave was not enough for this package. That's why we can only give you the box." After giving the empty box, Ji-han says, "Shut up." After this, another man comes here and says, "Pay my balance." Ji-han gets upset and says, "After all you people got only today. Can't you see that I am convincing my princess?" Then the trainer comes to Ming and says, "There is no rush in the mall today. This is the soup that I have made for you." The trainer also tells her, "I was missing you a lot. I am not able to stop myself from remembering you. That's why I came here to meet you." Ming says, "Keep quiet, and you also stay away from me." After that, she leaves from there and comes to Gu Yan, and Gu Yan says, "You don't need to give me an explanation. This fake boyfriend of yours is all a formality for me." Ming says, "I was afraid that you might overthink." And then Jihan comes here and pushes Gu Yan, asking Ming, "What do you think about today's dinner? Will you come with me for dinner?" Ming refuses him directly. On saying this, she goes to Gu Yan and holding his hand says, "I already have a date plan." On saying this, she is going with Gu Yan. Ji-hun follows her and says, "I have already booked a restaurant." Then he promises that nothing like this will happen again, and he is not ready to leave her hand. He starts trying to force her. Just then Gu-yen comes and says, "She has said that she will not go for dinner with you." And then Ji-hun slaps Gu-yen hard and says, "How dare you? What do you think of yourself?" Then Ming angrily says, "You have lost your mind." She says, "Do you even know where you are standing right now?" On one side, everyone is making videos. Then Gu-yen comes and stands in front of Ming. Ji-han says, "Who are you?" And then Gu-yen says, "I am her boyfriend." Then the scene cuts there. Next, we see the scene of a few days later, where Ming meets Gu-yan's sister here. His sister tells her, "I know that you are playing with my brother's feelings, but he will never fall into your trap." Hearing her words, Ming gets very hurt. In the next scene, after leaving the mall, Ming is about to sit in her car. Just then Gu-yen also comes there and says, "Come, I want to talk to you." Ming says, "Okay, but don't come so close to me." After which Gu-yen starts laughing. In the next scene, Ming is in Gu-yan's room and is very scared, talking to herself and saying, "What should I do? Why has he left me alone? Is it possible that he will do something wrong with me? No, he can't do anything wrong to me." And then she gets lost in her thoughts and starts behaving like a mad person thinking something. Then Gu-yen comes and calls her. Ming becomes her senses and starts looking here, and they're getting up after seeing Gu-yen. After this, she starts fixing her hair and says, "There is nothing like that." Gu-yen laughs, so Ming asks, "What happened?" Gu-yen says, "Can you come out with me?" Ming says, "Okay." After Gu-yen leaves, Ming becomes very embarrassed. When Ming comes out, she is surprised. Gu-yen says, "I have done all this specially for you." He says, "I have to tell you something, that's why I created all this." She says, "You have created all this for me. You are a boy and you cook so well, then how can you expect me to stay with you?" Gu-yen says, "You are the CEO, you stay like a princess, you should not change yourself for anyone. You are unique, as we know that with the passage of time the feelings of a person also change." Ming says, "What do you mean?" Gu-yen says, "I don't think I am like before." He says, "Maybe slowly I have fallen in love with you," and says, "Day by day my love for you is increasing." Ming starts blushing and says, "You are saying such nice things." After this, he gathers courage and says, "There are 1440 minutes in a day, but my heart beats for you every 3 minutes. This means that my heart beats 480 times for you in a day." Now he says in a very cute style, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Ming happily says, "Okay." After this, Gu-yen kisses her on the forehead. Then both of them celebrate and become very happy. After that, we see that Gu-yen is sleeping. Just then, Xiaoyi comes there and is very happy to see the painting given by Ming and asks Gu-yen, "When did you get this for me?" "This is my favorite portrait." Saying this, her eyes fall on the table. Gu-yen gets up and says, "Xiaoyi, you have come back." After this, she says, "Did that girl come here again?" Gu-yen says, "What girl?" "Now she is my girlfriend." She says with great surprise, "She cannot be your girlfriend. Think once again." Gu-yen says, "She is the one who gifted you this portrait." Hearing this, Xiaoyi throws that portrait and says, "I do not want this portrait." Gu-yen explains to her, "She is not what you are thinking." His sister says, "How can you take her side? You have got a girlfriend, so will you leave your sister?" Here he explains to his sister, "Whenever I am with her, I am very happy. But his sister says, okay then, my wish is that both of you always remain happy and I will shift to the hostel. I do not want to come between you two, and I will not come here for the rest of my life. And yes, when she leaves, you do not come to me crying. Well, the next day we see that Gu Yan and his colleague Sari are going somewhere. The manager opens the car door and Ming sits in her car and waits for Gu Yan to sit with her. But Sari comes and sits there, and because of this, the hopes of both of them are ruined. Then Ming, with her cleverness, makes Sari sit behind her and says, I was very busy for a long time. That's why I have a headache. She is saying that if you massage me a little, I will feel very good. And Sari is very happy and sits behind her and massages her. Gu Yan is standing there smiling because he is understanding everything. Now he happily comes and sits next to Ming. After sitting in the car, Gu Yan puts Ming's seatbelt. Then Ming gets scared and says, what are you doing? Gu Yan says, following the rules, I am putting the seatbelt for your safety. After this, Ming puts her hand on the seat, then Gu Yan understands what she wants. Then both of them are about to fulfill their wish. But Sari does not let their wish be fulfilled and gives a box to Ming and says, I forgot to tell you that this is very delicious. Ming takes the box from him with a smile. Ming and Gu Yan start looking at each other and feel a little embarrassed. Now Gu Yan asks her if she is feeling hot, then Ming says yes, and both of them turn on the AC together. Well, now both of them start for their journey. While traveling, the car reaches a very beautiful place. Sari tells Ming to look at how beautiful this view is. The car stops there to see the view, and all three people get out of the car and start walking. Ming and Gu Yan are together. Both of them are taking pictures of each other. Ming strikes one better pose than the other, but Gu Yan is taking selfies. Ming is very happy that he is clicking such good pictures of her. But as soon as she takes his mobile and checks it, there is not even a single picture of her in it. All are of Gu Yan. And she hits him and says, you are very smart. Gu Yan enjoys all this a lot. After that, flies start flying around Gu Yan. He tries to get them away from himself. Seeing him doing this, Ming asks him, what are you doing? Gu Yan says, these flies are not leaving me alone. Hearing this, Ming takes out a scarf from her bag and starts protecting herself. On the other hand, Gu Yan starts running here and there to protect himself, and in an attempt to save himself from them, Gu Yan falls on his face, due to which he gets hurt. Seeing him falling, Ming and Sari stop there. After this, Ming starts bandaging his wound. She takes out grass from his hair and then puts her hand on the wound on his face. Gu Yan starts feeling pain and calls her Madam, saying, I am feeling pain. Ming says, don't call me Madam. To reduce her anger, Gu Yan calls her Pretty Lady. She says, why did the flies attack you? Gu Yan says, maybe I am very sweet. After this, Gu Yan tells her, you are looking very beautiful. She says, what do you mean? You mean that I did not look beautiful before? He says, you are beautiful, but more than beautiful. The stupid girl starts laughing after hearing the bad things along with the praise. Here, Sari is smiling in her mind after seeing them. After this, she feeds candy to Gu Yan, and Gu Yan holds her hand lovingly and looks at her. Here, she blushes a lot. Gu Yan says, are you ready to take care of me for 24 hours? In the next scene, we see the hotel scene, where Gu Yan comes out of his room and goes towards Ming's room listening to something by putting his ear to the door. But he does not hear Ming's voice. He's about to knock on the door but stops, and as he is going back, he hears Ming screaming. Gu Yan runs out of his room. Ming comes running and clings to him. Gu Yan asks her what happened, and she tells him while crying that there is a very big cockroach in her room. Seeing her scared, Gu Yan calms her down. After this, both of them come to the same room. Gu Yan comes to her room and asks where the cockroach was. Ming gestures to him and tells him that it was here and there. She shouts and says that she doesn't know where it disappeared. Gu Yan tells her to calm down and slowly starts going ahead. Then Ming sees the cockroach and says that she has seen it. Gu Yan says that she can't see it. On the other side, Sari, who is in her room, hears Ming screaming and puts her ear on the wall, starting to listen to their conversation. Somehow Gu Yan manages to find the cockroach and kills it, throwing it in the washroom. When Gu Yan returns, Ming is sitting covered in a sheet, and she asks him if he is gone. Gu Yan says yes and asks her if she is scared of cockroaches. Ming says yes. Then, to scare her, he says that he has caught another cockroach, due to which Ming screams in fear and lies down on the bed. Gu Yan laughs and says, I was joking, it is gone, on which she picks up the pillow and starts hitting him. Well, after a lot of fighting, both of them start talking, and Ming asks him, "Whenever I am with you, why is everything so easy?" Guyan says, "Maybe it is, because I want you to love me." Ming says, "It will be better if you become a little serious." Well, now Ming asks about his family, and he tells her that his mom passed away when he was young and his dad left them because he was in debt. Hearing his sad story, Ming gets a little sad and says, "You have tolerated so much at such a young age. In the future, if you face any difficulty, then you should tell me. I will definitely help you." Guyan says, "I don't need any sympathy." She says, "I am not showing any sympathy towards you. I just want to help you. You have also helped me many times." Now here Guyan says, "I want to thank you." He says, "You know that I love you very much." Ming says, "Now stop it. No one will believe you. You seem to be an expert in love. Tell me, how many girls have you cheated till now?" Guyan says, "Have you ever faced such a boy who is so good for you that you give everything to him, and in your eyes he will never be able to deceive you? No one else should have any importance." Ming says, "You talk so sweetly." He says, "Today I saved you from the cockroaches, so tell me how you will say thank you to me." She says, "For that I can give you a drink." And he says, "You are offering me a drink so that I can get drunk and do bad things with you." Ming says, "How can you even think like this?" Well, in the next scene, we see the shooting day. Ming is standing with Guyan. Seeing them together, Sari says, "Today you both are looking very matching." But the photographer standing there is staring at them in a strange way. Ming says, "Maybe we should start." The photographer says, "Yes, why not? But you both are a little far from each other, and there is no need to stick to each other." Then Guyan puts his hand on Ming's shoulder. The photographer starts shouting and says, "You both have to stand far away." Then a boy there says, "Maybe this is the wrong way." Both of them are standing away from the lighting, so how will their photo come out well? The photographer says, "Now you tell me what should be done." Then he says, "Both of you should come a little closer." Guyan and Ming become a little closer, and seeing both of them close, the photographer starts feeling jealous. Then he tells Guyan to stand a little to the side, and now Guyan stands to the side. Now he starts taking pictures of Ming. He was telling Ming very difficult poses, and while doing the poses told by him, Ming is about to fall. Just then Guyan comes and holds her hand. Now Ming gets very angry and says, "How dare you tell me what I should do and what not? If my leg got hurt, then what would you have done?" Now she says, "I will tell you how to click a photo." Then Ming calls Guyan and sticks to him, saying, "Take our pictures quickly." Ming is looking very good with Guyan. Seeing them, Sari says, "Really, both of them look so good with each other. It seems that both of them will get married soon." Ming's manager is very happy to see both of them together. After the photo shoot is over, when both of them start looking at the pictures, it is revealed that there are only Ming's pictures, and there is not a single good picture of Guyan. Now Ming gets angry at the photographer and says, "Have you gone mad? Are you testing my patience?" The photographer says, "This is art." She says, "You are a #1 idiot," and says, "Please raise your head a little." Then it is revealed that he is none other than Jihan. Jihan says here, "I can't let this boy cheat you." Ming says, "Don't tell me who will cheat me and who won't, and with whom I should stay in life and with whom I shouldn't." Jihan says, "You know that you are my fiance, then how can you do this?" Then Ming gets shocked and says, "Say what you said." Jihan says to Guyan, "Hey kid, listen, stay away from this girl because she is my future fiance. You have no place here. You are just a useless person, and you are wasting your time." Hearing all this, Ming starts getting angry. Now Ming gets very angry and tells Guyan and Jihan to follow her, and she brings both of them out. Now Ming angrily says to Jihan, "Listen, stop playing this stupid trick of yours. If there were no people around us, then I would not have tolerated your attitude at all." Jihan says, "I know everything, like what is the feeling in his heart for you, and this boy is only after your money." He tells her not to be blind in love and says that he wants to rob her by seeing her money. Ming says, "Even if he wants to rob me, then it is not your problem." She tells him to never tell her about it. Saying this, she holds Guyan's hand and leaves from here. Then Jihan says, "Crazy girl, you will definitely regret one day." And then Guyan frees his hand from Ming and goes to Jihan saying, "Earlier I did not intend to say anything between you two, but now I really want to tell you that you are really wrong about me. You do not know what Ming likes. You do not know how to keep her happy. You do not know what she feels and you do not even know how to love her. But I know all these things and the most important thing is that I love her so much. Saying this, he happily comes to Ming and both of them are happily holding each other's hands and going away from there. Whole poor Ji Han's heart is broken. By the way, he was also greedy. On the other side, we see Ming and Gu Yan who are walking, and here Gu Yan says, "Finally, I have come to know about my weakness." Saying this, both of them stop and look at each other. Both of them pretend that nothing is happening. Both of them look very happy with each other. And then we see the gym trainer, who is very worried and is secretly keeping an eye on Ming. He is not happy at all to see them happy and is about to leave from there. Just then a policeman comes there and says, "Listen, mister, there is no place to make delivery here." He tells him delivery men are not allowed here. Please register your name and then come inside. The gym trainer gets down from the bike and says, "I am looking for a delivery boy." He says, "Look at your bike. It looks just like a delivery man." The gym trainer gets so angry at the security guard that he starts arguing with him, and in the process of arguing, he forgets that he has come here to see Ming. After a while, when he looks back, Ming and Gu Yan are gone. After that, the gym trainer becomes very sad and is thinking that he had dreamt of settling down with Ming, but seeing her with Gu Yan, all his dreams were shattered. On the other side, Ming is getting her body massage done, and then she gets a call from the gym trainer, and he is telling her the photos you have clicked with Gu Yan have become very popular, and you both are everywhere. Ming says, "I have not talked to Gu Yan, and neither did he call me to ask where she is." Then she comes to know that Gu Yan is a little tensed because of her sister, because her sister wants to go out of the country to study, but she is not getting the scholarship. Hearing this, Ming starts thinking something. In the next scene, Gu Yan and Ming are getting a photo shoot done. Ming gets tired while taking pictures and asks the director, "When will this photo shoot end? My legs are paining." The director says he will finish it soon, just wait for a little while. Gu Yan says, "You look at me." Ming says, "Listen, I am a celebrity now, so don't try to take advantage of me." Gu Yan says, "My fans have told me that if I want to change my girlfriend, then I should tell them that they are ready to find a new girlfriend for me." Hearing this, Ming angrily holds his ear and says, "You have a lot of interest in getting a new girlfriend." After the photo shoot is over, both of them are sitting together and looking at their pictures. Both of them look very happy and look at each other's pictures. While praising each other, Gu Yan says, "Why don't we get a wedding set made for ourselves?" Ming says, "Who will marry you?" Gu Yan says, "I know you are a coward." Ming says, "Why do you think I am a coward?" After this, Ming says, "Okay then, let's go." Saying this, both of them change their dresses and start getting the wedding shoot done. The next day, Ming is at Gu Yan's house. Gu Yan cooks food for Ming and invites her to eat. He notices that he has prepared many dishes. Gu Yan asks her if she wants more rice or less. Ming says that she would like less rice because she is following a diet. Gu Yan asks her to try all the dishes prepared by him. Then Xiaoyi comes and says, "I have great news." She shows him the scholarship certificate and tells him, "I have got a scholarship. Finally, now I can go abroad." Gu Yan looks at the scholarship card and says to Ming, "This group is yours, right?" Ming says, "I heard that you need a scholarship and there was an extra name in your school's scholarship list and your name was in the waiting list for a long time. So I asked them to add your name." Xiaoyi gets very emotional and accuses her of saying, "You are the best." She tells her, "How can you be so good?" Ming says, "It is nothing. You don't need to say thanks for this." Xiaoyi says, "Okay then, take good care of my brother after I go abroad." "Of course my brother is not that dashing." Gu Yan says, "What did you say? I am not dashing? I am very dashing." Seeing Gu Yan disappointed, Xiaoyi goes to him. Gu Yan says, "Enough now, stop buttering me," and tells her to go now and bring her bowl and have lunch with them. Then Gu Yan says, "Ming, thank you for whatever you did for him." Ming says, "I said no, this is nothing and you don't need to say thanks." After this, Gu Yan plans a surprise for Ming and calls her to the park. She comes there, but Gu Yan gets late. Ming gets tired of waiting for him and gets very angry at Gu Yan. She walks 2 steps ahead and gets shocked seeing Gu Yan coming in front because today he is very dashing. Ming keeps looking at him. Gu Yan comes to her and Ming says, "What is the problem? Do you think that now that I am your girlfriend, so I will tolerate your coming late?" Gu Yan says there is no such problem. She says, "If you try to come late again, then see what I will do to you." Gu Yan smiles and says this will not happen again. Now he signals her to turn back, but She does not understand his gesture. Guyan says, look back. When Ming looks back, the whole park's lighting turns on. Ming is very happy to see all this. Guyan says, my princess, all this is from me to you. After this, both of them remember their old days, how they met, and how their love story was formed. After imagining everything, both of them enjoy this moment, and here they kiss each other for the first time. And with that kiss, this sweet drama has a happy ending. How would you like this drama, and which was your favorite character? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for watching more dramas like this.